Good morning, students. In today's lecture, we will discuss about thermal capacity, specific heat of a body, and internal energy of a gas. So, first we define what is thermal capacity of a body. Thermal capacity of a body means the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of the body by 1 degree. किसी भी बॉडी का टेम्परेचर 1 डिग्री से इंक्रीज करने के लिए जितनी अमाउंट ऑफ हीट रिक्वायर्ड है दैट इज कॉल्ड थर्मल कैपेसिटी ऑफ द बॉडी. Also, the thermal capacity can be defined as the product of mass of the body and the specific heat. Now let us define what is specific heat. Specific heat of a body is the ratio of amount of heat required to increase the temperature of the body by 1 degree Celsius to the amount of heat required to increase the temperature of equal amount of water by 1 degree Celsius. Means if we take the amount of heat required to increase the temperature of body by 1 degree Celsius, then we take the amount of heat required to increase the temperature of equal weight of water by 1 degree Celsius, and we take the ratio of the two amounts of heat, then we get the specific heat of the body. We can define the specific heat of the body in terms of thermal capacity also. From this formula you can see that if the mass of the body is 1, in that case the thermal capacity becomes the same as specific heat. So we can say that what is specific heat? Specific heat is the thermal capacity of unit mass of the body. So you can define the specific heat in terms of thermal capacity also. If an amount dq of heat produces a change in the temperature of unit mass by dt, then the specific heat is defined as dq by dt. Now, in case of gas, the temperature can be changed in two ways. Either we can keep the pressure constant or we can keep the volume constant. So when we keep the pressure of the gas constant, in that case the specific heat is denoted by Cp, and when we keep the volume of the gas constant, in that case the specific heat is denoted by the symbol Cv. Now we will find an important relation between the two kinds of the specific heats, and we'll prove that Cp is greater than Cv. To prove this, first of all, let us define first law of thermodynamics. And for this, first of all, let us define internal energy of a gas. If we consider a given mass of gas, then it always contains an amount of energy which depends on the motion and configuration of its molecules. So this energy which is contained within the gas, that is called internal energy of the gas. If we consider two different states of the same mass of the gas, then the difference of energy that depends only on the states, not on the mode of change from one state into another. Let us take U is the difference between the amount of internal energy in the assigned state and in some standard state. Then du, which is the change in the difference of amount of internal energy, that is an exact differential of a function which is determined by the state of the gas. Now let us define first law of thermodynamics. According to first law of thermodynamics, if dq is the quantity of heat imparted, and due to this du is increase in the internal energy, then the quantity of heat imparted is equal to change increase in internal energy plus work done by the pressure as the gas expands. This P into dV, this denotes the work done by the pressure as the gas expands. Here dV is the increase in volume against the pressure P. So this relation is called first law of thermodynamics. Next we define what is perfect gas. An ideal gas that satisfies the relation PV is equal to RT. P is the pressure, V is the volume, R is a constant, and T is the absolute temperature. So the gas obeying this equation, that is called perfect gas. Next, there is an important relation between the two specific heats. We will prove that the specific heat at the constant pressure that is greater than the specific heat at the constant volume. Or we can say that we will prove that Cp minus Cv, that is a constant. To prove this relation, let us take dQ is the quantity of heat imparted, and due to this heat imparted, du is increase in the internal energy of the system. Let dV denotes the increase in volume against the pressure P. Then, according to first law of thermodynamics, dQ can be written as du plus P into dV. Here this P into dV, this is the work done by the pressure as the gas expands. Now, let us find the values of Cv and Cp one by one. So, first of all, let us keep the volume constant while the quantity dQ of the heat is imparted. Now, because volume is kept constant, so dV is equal to 0. So substituting dV is equal to 0 in the equation 1, we get dQ is equal to du. Now, V is kept constant. So the specific heat at constant volume, by definition, this is given by dQ by dt. From here, we can find the value of dQ, which is given by Cv into dt. Therefore, from here, we can put the value of dQ, which is du. So this equation becomes du is equal to Cv into dt. Now, substituting this value in the equation 1. So the equation 1 becomes dQ is equal to Cv into dt plus P into dV. Now, for a perfect gas, we have the relation PV is equal to RT. So from here, by differentiating both sides, we get by here using product rule, P as it is, derivative of V is denoted by dV plus V as it is, dP is equal to R into dt. From here, we can find the value of P into dV, which is given by R into dt minus V into dP. Now, substituting this value of P into dV in equation 4. So this equation becomes dQ is equal to Cv into dt plus R dt minus V dP. Now let us suppose that the pressure is kept constant while a quantity dQ of the heat is imparted. So again, by definition, the specific heat at constant pressure, that is given by dQ upon dt. So from here, the value of dQ, that will become Cp into dt. Now here, because pressure is kept constant, so change in pressure dP, that will be 0. Now dP is 0 and the value of dQ, that is Cp into dt. So from this equation 5, here putting the value of dQ and dP is 0, so we get Cp into dt is equal to Cv into dt plus R dt. Now in this equation throughout, we can divide by dt. So we get Cp is equal to Cv plus R. It means Cp minus Cv is equal to R. So this shows that Cp is greater than Cv, means the specific heat at constant pressure is greater than specific heat at constant volume. So this proves that Cp is always greater than Cv.